This week on JambarTV, we'll talk about women's basketball's new head coach. Then we'll talk about the solar eclipse and how students can stay safe while watching. We'll also talk about the softball team and their hot start to conference play. Hello and welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Matt Sautler.
And I'm John Ostapowicz.
YSU Athletics appointed Melissa Jackson as head coach for the women's basketball team, which has been without a permanent head coach since John Barnes stepped down in January. Jackson has coached in Northeast Ohio for 16 years with 15 seasons at the University of Akron. No longer a visitor to the Beagley Center, Jackson said she is excited to call YSU home and will start with recruiting and building a staff.
But it's really about the players, about the incoming recruits. Meeting with the team was really, really important. Obviously, the transfer portal opened up today, so filtering that, but also building our staff and what that's going to look like.
This past season, Jackson coached at Cleveland State University, but stepped down before the start of the Vikings' postseason. Cleveland State is 29-5, the Vikings' second highest win in program history. While she was head coach at Akron, Jackson led the Zips to a 72-69 record and remains the only coach in program history to have a winning record.
YSU is continuing efforts to aid Eastern Gateway students following the community college's pause of enrollment in academic programs. YSU announced it will waive the $45 application fee for incoming students from Eastern Gateway. Additionally, a new page of YSU website has been created specifically for the transfer process, which will include a transfer credit evaluation. Along with waiving application fees, YSU's academics said it unanimously approved 32 associate degrees and certificate programs for students to complete their education at YSU. The programs are still pending approval from the Ohio Department of Education and the Higher Learning Commission. Students were encouraged to complete the application process and check undecided until the programs are approved. YSU already offers 10 programs for Eastern Gateway students that did not need approval.
YSU Center for Judaic and Holocaust Studies welcomed 4 survivors of the October 7th attack in Israel. All 4 survivors are from the Southern District of Israel. One survivor, Getit Botera from Sderot, was forced to shelter for 10 hours with her family.
And I come back to the shelter with my daughter and my husband. And we sit like this, without electricity, without connection, without nothing. No water, no food, no toilet. We sit on the floor without light, 10 hours.
A solar eclipse will be visible through much of Ohio on Monday, April 8th. To view it, make sure you have a pair of eclipse glasses, otherwise you could go blind. If you have a pair from the 2017 eclipse, they're most likely expired. Also check your glasses for scratches and holes before use. Only when the moon completely covers the sun is it possible to take the glasses off. Remember, regular sunglasses will not protect your eyes. To purchase a pair of the glasses, go to the link listed below. The Mahoning Valley Astronomical Society is also selling glasses. They'll be in the Ward Beecher lobby tomorrow, March 23rd from 5 to 9 p.m. The glasses will be $2.
The Buddy Up for Life program at YSU trains athletes with Down syndrome by pairing them with volunteers for tennis and fitness conditioning. The program aims to help athletes with Down syndrome learn tennis, increase their social and listening skills, and provides a fun environment. Volunteers aren't required to have experience in tennis, but have to be enthusiastic and energetic. Assistant coach and coordinator Alyssa Olson said a buddy's job is to make sure everything runs smoothly. Each athlete has different needs and understandings.
My favorite thing to tell our volunteers is to make every activity their own, to take full creative liberty, to completely just figure out what would work best for their athlete.
Volunteering at Buddy Up for Life is a great way to gain experience working with people with disabilities.
Youngstown State University's Institute for Teaching and Learning is conducting a brief survey on the uses of generative AI. Working with YSU's artificial intelligence think tank, the ITL hopes to gather opinions on generative AI. Its practical use on campus and the training and support generative AI requires. The survey, which was sent out in an email, is completely anonymous and takes around 10 minutes to complete. The data will be forwarded to the ITL, the AI think tank, and YSU stakeholders. Here in Northeast Ohio, it can be hot and it can be cold, as well as yes and it can be no. We're going to send it over to Azande Smith to see what the weather holds.
We've had some confusing weather the last few weeks, and that will carry into this weekend as well. It looks like we're going to have a mixture of rain and sun this weekend. I'll have a more detailed report after the break.
To the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
We know you hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Why go to a school in the Mahoning Valley of northeastern Ohio, surprisingly beautiful as that may be? Why live on a campus that sits on the edge of the Rust Belt, historic and inspiring as that may be? In short, why choose Youngstown State? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the future, we take a back seat to nobody because you can afford us. And we will afford you the opportunity to build the future you want and the life you desire. Why Youngstown State? Because we care about you, your success, and our future. Together. Youngstown State University. Now you know why.
All right, so who knows why?
I know why. For starters, I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. Can you say that? Engineering, sports, music, business. I can do anything here. I'm getting my hands dirty, learning what my friends are only reading about. I'm part of something bigger here. I'm proud to bleed red and black. So yeah, I know why. It's not a question, it's the answer. Youngstown State University, know why.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Zonde Smith, and this is your weekly weather outlook. The cloud coverage throughout the weekend is going to fluctuate quite a bit. Let's take a look at the cloud coverage ahead. Today, we will see a cloud coverage at 95%, as there is also a good chance for rain throughout the day. On Saturday, we will have a heavy cloud coverage at 95% once again. However, that chance for precipitation decreases significantly. As we move into Sunday, it will be mostly sunny, so the cloud coverage will stay around 11%. Finally, on Monday, we will see partly cloudy skies with cloud coverage at 43%. Now, let's take a look at my 4-day forecast. Today will be cloudy with a high of 50 degrees and a 70% chance for rain. At night, the temps will drop to 32 degrees and the rain will carry into the night. Tomorrow, we will see a high of 38 degrees and it will be mostly cloudy with a 15% chance for rain. At night, there will be a low of 23 degrees and the rain will subside. On Sunday, we'll see a high of 48 degrees with sunny skies. There will be a 5% chance of rain. Sunday night, the temps will drop to 31 degrees. At the start of the week, the high will be 61 degrees and partly cloudy. There is a 16% chance for rain. At night, the low will be 42 degrees. That's all we have for this week's weather outlook, but stick around because Luke's Road will be talking about upcoming SGA elections.
All right, so who knows why?
I know why. For starters, I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. Can you say that? Engineering, sports, music, business. I can do anything here. I'm getting my hands dirty, learning what my friends are only reading about. I'm part of something bigger here. I'm proud to bleed red and black. So yeah, I know why. It's not a question, it's the answer. Youngstown State University, know why.
Why Youngstown State University? Because when it comes to the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Youngstown State University. Now you know why.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Why Youngstown State University? Because I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. I can do anything here. I know why. It's not a question, it's the answer. Youngstown State University, know why.
We know you hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Why go to a school in the Mahoning Valley of northeastern Ohio, surprisingly beautiful as that may be? Why live on a campus that sits on the edge of the Rust Belt, historic and inspiring as that may be? In short, why choose Youngstown State? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the future, we take a back seat to nobody because you can afford us. And we will afford you the opportunity to build the future you want and the life you desire. Why Youngstown State? Because we care about you, your success, and our future. Together. Youngstown State University. Now you know why.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Luke Rhodes, and this is your Student Life Update. The YSU student government is attempting to make YSU a voter-friendly campus. SGA President Jordan Pintar recently met with the Jambar to discuss plans to increase voting interest within the student community.
Yes, that is the main goal, getting students interested in voting, get them educated about what they need to know to vote and the process. Obviously, we don't educate on who they should vote for, just how to vote, because our main goal is just to get students civically engaged so that they're aware of what's happening in their community.
Events such as a community meeting, which included Youngstown's Mayor Teeter Brown, hosted by the SGA, previews their voting plan. With 2024 being a big election year in the U.S., the Mahoning County Board of Electives encourages students to get out and vote. Board of Elections Director Thomas McCabe said some college students don't realize the importance of voting, and it's tough for student commuters to get to the polls.
I think it's just really tough to have voters, these young voters, come out and participate in the system. There is a difficulty with college students because sometimes they commute into the university, they're not at home, or they're registered, or they register at the university, and then the polling location for that student sometimes isn't convenient for the student either.
McCabe said being active in the community brings attraction to voting. Those looking to become better leaders can look towards the Emerging Leaders Program. Billy Jack Colton has more on that.
YSU's Emerging Leaders program seeks to make better leaders out of students.
We try to get sophomore students because they've gotten through their first year and now they're starting to branch out and do the different things on campus. So it helps them with finding those people who are might need a little bit of help, learning how to be a better leader, or polishing the ones who are already great leaders, or the ones who are, still in their shell.
David Queen, ELP's coordinator of student involvement, joined the Emerging Leaders with a master's in education. The program's slogan is "Developing Leaders Today to Leave a Legacy Tomorrow." Queen elaborated on the importance and meaning behind the slogan.
Trying to get them to grow as student leaders and to be better so that they can spread out among campus.
According to the Emerging Leaders program's website, the self-paced program awards students with a notion on their academic transcripts, an official leadership transcript, a medal, a pin, and a certificate at an annual awards banquet. Those who have interest in joining the program must be nominated by professors and faculty.
Every year around February, we do a call for nominations, and nominations come from faculty, staff, and then there's certain groups of students that we will reach out to, like peer leaders, student government, things like that, because they have that grip on who's on campus.
Emerging Leaders has a heavy focus on campus involvement.
You're required to do 6 university traditions, which are basically just events that happen on campus. It's just attending them and being active on campus.
Queen said the program bases its values and practices on prominent leaders, pointing out to the book The 5 Practices of Exemplary Leadership by Barry Posner and James Couzes. Reporting for the Jambar, I'm Billy Jack Cologne.
Black women and allies on campus can now join the new student group called Melanin Ambitious Divas, or MAD. The club started in January this year and meets every week in Jones Hall. Adria Ingram, a senior in general studies, is a co-founder of the MAD, which is in the process of becoming an official student organization. Ingram said the group's main goals are creating a community, sisterhood, and an understanding environment. Students interested in joining the MAD group can contact Instagram on her Instagram, @PeaceOfAge. Sigma Chi's 9th annual Rockacade charity concert will take place from 6 to 10 p.m. on March 23rd at Penguin City Brewing Company. The fraternity donates 100% of the proceeds to the Huntsman Cancer Foundation. Vincent DeSanto, junior finance major and head of the philanthropy chair, said Huntsman aids the research to help with cancer.
Huntsman Cancer Institute actually found the most strains in the DNA of what causes genetic cancer in the country. This goes to the help for underprivileged families, goes to help medical expenses, as well as research into trying to solve cancer.
Local artists Drifting Things and Future Ghost, Sedona, Hayden Hanna, and Hard Knocks will play 45-minute sets at the event. Sigma Chi will fundraise through t-shirt sales, a 50-50 raffle, a cover charge, and auctioning a variety of donated baskets. And now, let's join our how-to guy, Alexa Radenovic. Follow along as we dive into simple yet effective strategies to enhance our ability to capture and retain information.
So, how to take notes more efficiently and more fun. Let's find out. According to Harvard Dash, note-taking could be traced as far as 3,500 years before Christ on clay tablets. And as the humans developed, so did note-taking.
But why do we take notes in the first place? What's the purpose?
Well, Tara Sidney, YSU's academic coach, believes note-taking is essential when it comes to long-term memory.
So when you are actively taking notes, you're becoming an active learner, you're doing something with the information, and when you do something with the information, that's processing it, it helps to store it in your brain for long-term.
But that's not the only way you can take notes. Just writing them down, there's a cooler way.
Macy Wong, a junior student athlete in nursing, figured out a way to study that requires no computer or paper.
Typically when I study for my exams, I like to record myself reading a section of the book, and then later on I'm able to listen to that audio while I'm brushing my teeth or I'm in the car, and it just helps me get a repeated listening of the content that I need to know for my exam, and helps me understand it and do well on exams.
Macy uses something called the echoic memory, which involves recall of sounds you've heard. The memory lingers, and it could be like an echo sound in your mind.
When we think about using strategies, especially learning strategies, you want to use what's called a multi-sensory approach. We have all these different senses that we use on a day-to-day basis. Well, you also want to use all your senses in learning.
This method taps into a multi-sensory learning experience, which we use in everyday life. So who's to say we can't use it for note-taking as well? This is Alexa Rodenovic reporting for the JambarTV.
That's all we have for this week's Student Life Update, but stick around for Cameron Nemi with the YSU Sports Update.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
All right, so who knows why?
I know why. For starters, I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. Can you say that? Engineering, sports, music, business. I can do anything here. I'm getting my hands dirty, learning what my friends are only reading about. I'm part of something bigger here. I'm proud to bleed red and black. So yeah, I know why. It's not a question. It's the answer. Youngstown State University. Know why.
Why Youngstown State University? Because when it comes to the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Youngstown State University. Now you know why.
Why Youngstown State University? Because I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. I can do anything here. I know why. It's not a question. It's the answer. Youngstown State University. Know why.
All right, so who knows why?
I know why. For starters, I'm getting a top-tier education without the price tag. Can you say that? Engineering, sports, music, business. I can do anything here. I'm getting my hands dirty, learning what my friends are only reading about. I'm part of something bigger here. I'm proud to bleed red and black. So yeah, I know why. It's not a question. It's the answer. Youngstown State University. Know why.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Welcome back, I'm Cameron Nemi, and this is your weekly sports update. The YSU softball team started the 2024 season in early February. They competed in 3 different tournaments down south, racking up a 9-6 combined record in those games. The Penguins had their home opener on March 12th, which was a doubleheader against the University of Akron. Youngstown State won the first game 5-3. The Zips split the 2-game series with the 10-8 victory over the Penguins in the second game. On March 13th, YSU traveled to Kent State for 1 game. The Flashes won by a final of 2-1. The Penguins had their Horizon League Conference opener against Detroit Mercy. YSU hosted the 3-game series. The Penguins won both games in the doubleheader on March 16th. The first game, they won 11-1, and the second game, 10-1. Youngstown State swept the Titans on March 17th with a 10-1 victory to start conference play with a 3-0 record. The team improved to 14-10 overall in the season. YSU will return to the field on March 22nd and 23rd for a 3-game series against Purdue-Fort Wayne. To see how YSU lacrosse has stacked up this season, let's send things over to executive producer Dylan Lux.
After going 0-7 in non-conference games to start the season, a new slate began for the YSU women's lacrosse team with the team's first conference match against the Kent State Golden Flashes. After 1 half of play, KSU led the scoring 12-7. At the start of the fourth, Kent State led 13-11. Lena Cox scored 4 goals in the fourth period, helping the Gwins secure a 15-14 lead. Kent State scored 2 unanswered goals with under a minute to go, bringing the final score to 16-15. Cox led the team in scoring with 5 goals in the match. The team traveled to St. Charles, Missouri on Wednesday to face Lindenwood University and lost 17-10 after being tied 7-7 at halftime. Leading scorer for the Gwins was Allie Garrett, who found the back of the cage 4 separate occasions. The Penguins will travel to Michigan to face Detroit Mercy in their next matchup on March 24th. First draw is set for 1 p.m.
The YSU bowling team finished second in its final regular season tournament, March 15th to 17th. The team finished day 1 of the tournament with a 4-1 record, defeating Lewis University, Valparaiso University, Howard University, and Sacred Heart University. On day 2, the Gwins secured 4 more wins against Louisiana Tech University, Vanderbilt University, Mount Aloysius College, and North Carolina A&T. Head coach Doug Koberski credits the team's success to its communication. The Penguins fell to Jacksonville State University in the championship match on day 3 of the tournament. The team will return to action March 22nd for the beginning of the Conference USA Championship. After a 15-game losing streak, the YSU baseball team secured its first 2 wins of the season over the University of Pittsburgh and Purdue Fort Wayne. The Penguins toppled the Panthers 7-6 in extra innings. Youngstown State returned home from March 15th to March 17th at Eastwood Field in Niles for the first time this season as it began Horizon League play. Over a 3-game series, YSU earned its home opening victory over Purdue Fort Wayne, but the Mastodons claimed the series 2-1. In the final game of the series, freshman Alejandro Covas tied the single-game school record with 2 triples and set a new career high with 3 hits. The Penguins will restart conference play on the road from March 22nd to March 21st against Oakland University. The YSU swim and dive team traveled to separate events from March 14th to 16th. The Penguins competed with 8 men and 4 women at the CSCAA National Invitational Championship in Ocala, Florida. In the CSCAA National Invitational, senior Gavin Webb finished 3rd in the men's 500-yard freestyle. His time of 4 minutes, 24.69 seconds, set a new school record. The senior also advanced to the A final in the 400-yard individual medley and placed 8th. Sophomore James Slesser broke his own record in the 100-yard breaststroke with a time of 54.54 seconds. With this time, he advanced to the B final and finished 20th. Junior Dominic Bono advanced to the B final in the 200-yard backstroke. He placed 20th. Senior Christian Taylor placed within the top 20 in 2 of 3 events. His highest finish was in the men's 1650-yard freestyle, where he placed 8th. In the men's 1,000-yard freestyle, Taylor placed 12th with a time of 9 minutes, 27.84 seconds. Senior Gavin Reedon, freshman Kyle Mitzel, Druga, and Slesser represented the Penguins in 3 relays. Their highest finish was in the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. The team placed 18th with a time of 3 minutes, 0.122 seconds. A separate relay team of Druga, Likens, Taylor, and Webb competed in the 800-meter freestyle relay. The group placed 13th with a time of 6 minutes, 43.34 seconds. Overall, the men placed 17th out of 36 teams with 159 points. That's all we have for the sports update. Stick around for Zonday's weather recap.
At the start of the weekend, there will be cloudy skies and a high chance of rain. However, the weekend will come to a close with some sun peeking through. On Monday, temps will reach the 60s with a very low chance for rain. That's all we have for JambarTV this weekend. Stay safe, Penguins.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.